Good morning, dear students. Uh, Welcome to the Unit 3 of your portion. Same and Unit 3, you will be seeing that LSRW skills. First, in the Unit 3, we'll be focusing on listening and speaking skills. Following that, the first thing that we are going to see is giving and following instructions. In our day to day life, surely we must have come across many instruction seeking, and you must have listened to a lot of instructions, and you would be in a position to give a lot of instructions or to listen to instructions. Many things must have been going on. Let's know what are the basics of this giving and following instructions. Okay, what is giving instruction? When you instruct someone to do something step by step, you would use the following structures. What are the basic words that you would use to instruct someone to do something? For example, you are asking someone to bring your notebook. So you have to tell, first you just reach my room. First you have to go to my room. Then you have to open my cupboard. Then you have to reach the third rack. Next you have to search for this particular box, and lastly you will find my book. So you understand, this is called as instruction, and these are all the words which you will be using when you are giving instructions. Then moving on to the further topic, how do you start out? When your emphasis is on how to begin a process or procedure, you can use the following structures. The first thing you do is, before you begin, you should so how do you start it? Before you should begin, you should do this, you should do that. You For example, before you enter your home after going out, so the first thing you should do is to clean your hands. You have to sanitize yourself. So see, these are all like giving instruction. When you give instruction, these are all the words that you will use. Hope I'm making things very clear for you. Okay, then the best place to begin is, and I would start by, these are all the structures you will use to start out for that procedure giving. Then how do you continue it? After that, the next step is to, the next thing you do is, so this is how you develop the conversation. For example, you are giving instruction. If you have to continue giving an instruction, these are all the structures, or these are all the words and phrases that you will be using to continue your instruction. Then how do you finish the instruction that you're giving? The last step is, the last thing you do is, in the end, when you've finished, when you've completed all the steps, you have to finally close the, like that you will complete the thing. Hope this giving and following instruction is very very clear. So when you give instruction, you start out like this, then you continue like that, and you will finish your instruction like this. This is a basic common thing. Then asking for and giving directions. Many of us would have listened to a lot of directions. For example, even our Google is the right thing for this. Turn right, turn left, and you have to go for 800 meters, like that. The Google will say. Just this is the basic example I'm giving you for the giving and receiving instruction. Okay, so what are all the words that you will use? Turn left, turn right, go straight ahead, go past, across, at the corner, next to, opposite, between. So these are all the words that you will use for giving, asking for, and giving directions. So these are all the words: go to, turn right, go straight on, walk along, go down, go up, walk up. So these are all the words that you use for giving directions. So this is a right example. So this example I've given you for that in the text also. So one girl is asking, please tell me how to get your house. Are you coming by bus or train? I am coming by train. Could you tell me the easiest way of getting to your house? Board the Tiruvallur at station. It will reach Peramur station in 10 minutes. Get off it. So see, you have to see the words. What are all the words? Board the Tiruvallur fast mean, that is the train name. Then at Central Station. It will reach at Peramur station in 10 minutes. Get off. Outside the station, you will find. These are all the words that you will use as structures to give instruction or give direct. directions. See, if you read this, you can understand how instructions and directions are given in a very crystal clear manner. Then this example I would have given you. So hope this example you just read the text. The first class I've given you text in the word format. Just if you read that, you'll understand it more clearly. Then this exercise also I've given you. See, this exercise answers will be given in the following classes. Can you tell me how to reach the nearest hospital? Dash street corner on your left is the hospital. So how do you answer this? How do you reach the nearest hospital? Go straight, walk along the street corner. On your left is the hospital. Maybe the right answer. So I will discuss about this later. Same way, only the same exercise only is given. Then moving ahead with continuing discussions with connecting ideas. What is connectives? Connectives are used in and between sentences. More probably, I'll be telling you about conjunctions, connectives. Okay, connectives are used in and between sentences. They allow us to be more precise about the relationship between statements in a sentence or between sentences. Particular phrases and words serve different functions in connecting ideas and arguments. Different clauses or words can signal or signpost additional or similar information, opposite or contrast, concession, cause or effect, emphasis, clarification, or a relationship in the time or sequence. Some useful examples of each are categorized by function in the following section. So, how do you use connection, continuing discussion with connecting ideas? So how do you use connectives to have a good flow for your communication? Many of us don't know how to use this properly. That's why we stop our conversation abruptly. We don't know how to proceed it in a very correct manner. We don't know how to proceed it, and people lose interest because of that. So if you know how to prolong your conversation in a very correct manner, I think you can do wonders. So let's learn this for comparison. Okay, so when you're comparing two things when you're talking, so what are all the words that you'll use to show how things are similar, correspondingly, equally, for the same reason, in the same manner. So when you're comparing two things when you're talking, these are all the words that you will use. What are all the words? Correspondingly, equal, for the same reason, in a similar manner, in comparison, in the same way, on the other hand, similarly, true. So these are all the words that you will remember for comparison when you're talking about two or more things. Then for contrast, contrast is one is totally different from others, to show how things are different alternatively, although, but, conversely, despite, conversely, even so, even though, however, in contrast, in spite of, instead of. So these are all the words for the contrast. Then for emphasis, to stress or something, to put forward an idea more forcefully again. In fact, interestingly, indeed, it should be noted. So these are all the words used for emphasis. Then illustration, for example, to give examples. For the instance of this, an example of this, for example, for instance, such as, thus, as follow. These are all the words used for illustration. Then for connecting sentences, the common way to link sentences is with basic words: and, but, so, and, because. So these are all the connecting sentences. For two or more sentences, you connect using and, or, but, or, so, and, because. Then academic language offers alternative words and phrases to ensure your sentence flow well. And additionally, moreover, apart from this, so these are all the words that you'll use for further developing your conversation. Instead of and, you can use in addition, additionally, moreover, apart from this. These are all the words you'll use instead of and. Instead of but, what are all you'll use? Alternatively, conversely, despite, although, even though. So these are all the words that you use for but. Then for so, accordingly, as the result of, consequence, consequently. These are all the things you'll use on behalf of so. Then instead of because, what can you use? You can use due to, the consequence of, the result of. So these are all the things you can use instead of because. How do you connect ideas? So to connect two or more ideas in a very strong essay, what are the things you use? A strong essay links ideas in a way that a reader can follow progression of an argument without losing focus. So without losing focus, how can you keep the reader engaged? Okay, so to repeat or simplify, for the simplify a particular topic, if you want to simplify or to repeat time and again, you can use in other words, to simply put it differently. So these are all things. To show similarities, you can use similarly, similar manner, correspondingly. To give example, you can use for example, for instance. To give the contrast, you can use although, even though. To show emphasis or to stress it, interestingly, indeed. So these are all the things you can use. Then to show the cause and effect, you can use hence, therefore, thus, so, because. Then for example, if you have to give some addition detail, you can use along with, moreover, also, true. If you have to tell something in a contrasting way, you can say unlike, nevertheless, nonetheless. Then if you have to summarize, you have to give the total summary of something, you can say to summarize, in short, briefly, in conclusion, to sum up. If you have to compare other way, similarly, just like, equally, like. So these are all the words you will use. So in this topic, to put it in a nutshell, what did I teach you today? Today's class was giving information or giving directions. So we saw how do you give proper instruction and how do you receive what are all the words that you will use for giving and following instructions. So I told you how do you make your language in a very clear manner, and I told you how what are all the uh, subordinate and assistant words that you can use instead of the common words, instead of using the same old and, but, because. I gave you numerous words so that you can replace those words and make your communication more interesting and more fluent. Okay, so the listening and speaking of this topic is over. So in the next class, I will talk about reading and writing in that unit 3. Thank you, dear students.